If you didn't know already, I love reading the Bible because you learn so much from it. And today's story is banger. It's about Jesus teaching us something. When Jesus was talking about this, he was cooking in the kitchen. Okay, let's get into the scripture. So our story begins when Peter asked Jesus how many times you're supposed to forgive somebody. And Jesus responded 70 times 7. And then he proceeds to tell a story about the king. I don't know if Jesus was ever a chef because he was cooking with this story. Ooh, what you're about to hear, it's a banger. Like, Jesus is so wise. I love him so much. It's incredible how so wise he is. Like, how he can just come up with these stories and make a banger. Sorry, I'm just happy. The story Jesus tells us is about a king and a servant. So the king was looking through all of his servants' documents to see who owns him money. So after looking for a while, he finally found one. And they brought him forward so he could pay his debt. And guess how much the servants owns the king? It's actually tragic. If I tell you, you're gonna cry. He owns him 10k talents. My God is cooked. Oh my God. And if I'm correct, 10k talents is equivalent to 16 years worth of salary. In other words, he owns him millions of dollars. Yeah, this servant just put his whole family in debt. Oh no! So his grandchildren is in debt. His wife is in debt. His kids is in debt. His mama's in debt. His Uncle Terry is in debt. His dog is in debt.
What the dog doing?
Imagine being born with a crime you didn't commit. Like, bro, take him, not me. What did I do? The king told the man that he had to sell his wife, his kids, and everything he owned into slavery. Yo, imagine you have to tell your wife and kids that you have to sell them to slavery. How are you even gonna explain to your wife that you have to sell her? It doesn't make any sense. Can somebody have mercy on this man? Oh my days! And someone did. Because you see, when the servant fell down on his knees and begged for mercy and forgiveness, for a second chance, the servant said, "Have patience with me and I'll pay everything back," knowing very well he can't, knowing very well he won't. And the merciful king decided to remove all of his debt. And when the servant left the place, he met one of his fellow servants on the way that owed him money. So when the servant saw his fellow servants, he was like, "Yo, run them pockets, where's my money?" And was like, "Yo, I don't have it." So the servant grabbed his fellow servant on the neck and was like, "Where's my money that you owe me?" Feeling scared, the fellow servant got on his knees and begged the servant for mercy. But the servant didn't give him any mercy. And when the king heard the news of what happened, he immediately called the servant back and started flaming him. "You useless piece of junk! I removed all of your debt because you begged me to. Why didn't you do the same for your fellow servant?" I'm pretty sure the servant got all nervous and was like, I didn't know. So the king threw him in prison so he could pay off his debt. The end. There's a lot to impact from this story, but the moral of the story is forgive somebody else. Forgive. I really want to know what you guys have learned from this video, so comment down below and I'll see you on next time. Thank you guys for watching and God bless.